Okay, guys, welcome back. All right, so far I'm at four dreams that I have told that have come true, and this one is more of dreams that either warned me of something, and this one actually came true eventually a few years after I had it. So this was a dream. I had a dream that, yes, I remember that I was in the White House, and I remember seeing the United States, like the whole country was happy, was all overjoyed with this new person coming in as president, right? And they were so happy, and everybody wanted this guy, and everybody just voting for him. Everybody loved this guy, and nobody really knew who he was or his background, his history, nothing, right? We just knew that he was different, and they kept on promising change, 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 right? Well, eventually we found out that change he did bring, right? Not for the good, but for not for the good, but for the worse, And what was strange was like in the dream, I remember in the White House, everybody was happy, everybody's wanting this guy, and then it turned dark, and then I was still at the White House, you know how dreams are weird. It was daytime, everybody was happy, everybody was celebrating this person is in leadership, right? And then comes nighttime, and then I'm like, man, you know what? This seems weird. I don't know why I like this guy. I don't even know who he is. Why do I feel like there's something strange, like some kind of like I don't know, like if people are under a spell or something, right? So I'm inside the White House and I'm snooping around and I go and I find some crazy like some drawer and I pull out some file and I start seeing all this like really bad stuff, like this dark agenda, this really bad route that this leader's gonna take us, right? That he's gonna change a lot of things for the worse, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, and I freak out and I start trying to like, tell people, and I mean, right there, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna tell everybody, right? And then all of a sudden, I get that person, that president is right behind me, and of course, this person's taller than me, and he starts covering my mouth, and he's holding me tight, and he's covering my mouth, trying to keep me quiet, and I freak out. I'm like, oh, and I start screaming. I'm trying to squirm out of it. I'm trying to, wrestle out of his grip, right? And then, surely I get loose, and this person, and I turn around, I run away from this person, right? But this person, like, instead of like fighting or putting up a fight or anything, he just very quietly sneaks back into his room, and he gets back into bed all nice and, very creepy looking, and he just gets back in there and just real quiet and just sinister like, and that was it. And I go out trying to tell everybody like, this guy's no good. This guy's, he's got a really dark agenda. He's a Manchurian candidate, and that was the dream. And that was the dream, right? But when I woke up and I took a look, and then from finally this person does become the president, right? And everybody's like happy and calling him savior, and everybody's so giving him a peace prize for no real good reason. Like, I don't know, it was just so weird. Like the majority of people were just so into him. I even felt like happy that this guy was coming. I'm like, wait a minute, why do I feel that way? Like I felt something weird. Like I don't feel that that's genuine. Where's this coming from? Yeah, it did feel like a spell. Like everybody was happy for no good reason. But then when people started looking into it, it was just like, the people that were kind of like, hey, this doesn't seem right. A lot of stuff started coming out, and yeah, we can admit that this president did say a lot of wonderful things up in front of everybody, but behind that curtain, it was just, pretty much bleeding the country out in many ways, financially and militarily, and I really don't want to make this channel about politics. I can't stand politics and all the nonsense, and we all know that they all take bribes, and we all know that they help their supporters, but it is a big part of our reality. But anyway, so this happened in the dream, and then this did happen in real life. People were just so blind, and nobody could even people would just get offended, and that's where this whole offended uh, atmosphere came. This whole Me Too movement, all this, everybody's so offended about everything, and it started then. So yeah, so that dream came true. But it was more like a warning. It wasn't something crazy, and there's no really hard evidence. You don't know that I dreamt that, but it did happen. I'm just telling you that these are the dreams that I'm having and are pretty peculiar, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. I have that dream in there as under a spell, and I forget what dream. Oh, 14. Oh, that's weird. This is very, very strange. It was number 14 in my dream, right? And then I realized that in the dream, I remember I had written it down because I woke up and I was all, and I had this dream, like around 2007, 2008. And I kept on saying 14, 14. I remember I found the sheet of paper years later, and I was saying 14, 14, or the 14th, the 14th. I don't know what the 14th is, but it's funny because it did end up becoming the 14th dream that I was, putting in this dream blog. But I looked and I looked. I'm like, what is the 14th? What could that be, right? And I thought, what, like the 14th Amendment? I don't know. The 14th president? I don't know. If you guys find the weird stuff in it, let me know. Comment down below. But anyways, I'm gonna stop there. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm just starting out, but I'm trying to explain all these dreams that I've had. There's some really cool ones. I'm gonna get into those next. I just want to share this in chronological order. So I'm gonna get to the ones that were like very scary, like pretty much apocalypse. Like the judgment of the U.S. and like the collapse of the U.S. I will start sharing those. I do have them in the dream vlog under, like with pictures and voiceover. They're there if you want to look at them. But I'll get into those like this and I'll explain them. All right, guys. Till next time. Bye. God bless.